Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Grim Dawn. We have entered the Warden's cellar, and in between episodes I did a bit of crafting to upgrade our gear, get it into a little bit of a better spot, so to say. And as you notice, there's a bit more green items. I discovered that the blacksmith, the items you can craft there, so the body armors, the pants, things like that, roughly half the time they end up as green items and the other half the time they end up as yellow items, and they're actually pretty darn decent. So contrary to my experience from, well, back in beta 27 when I first tried that, back then crafting of your gear was pretty rubbish. These days it's actually worth it to craft upgrades. So no, we just have an assortment of rares that just do all kinds of things. We have a hollowed fang in our weapon to do some life leech, keep us alive. And no, it's just a decent assortment of just green stuff. Nothing overly fancy. A ring of steel that has a chance to proc. And just just bits and pieces. And this hopefully will help us stay alive here. We're not level 20 yet, so we can't get the damage reflection components in yet. That would be the serrated shells. No, the spined carapace. That's the one I'm looking for. So it's I think for you, if you're watching this just as the videos come out, it's been about a day or two since the last video. For me, it's been about just over a week since I last played this series, because of course I was buffering up a bunch of videos before the Path of Exile Atlas of Worlds expansion. So I'm coming into this a bit fresh, and because this is a hardcore character I don't want to do too much warm up. So instead I played half the evening with a friend of mine in multiplayer with my Demolitionist. And Demolitionist is surprisingly fun, and I'm really looking forward to doing a series with that character. And OSS is the common pattern. The Demolitionist looked like one of the least interesting classes on paper to me, but now that I'm playing it, I'm really enjoying myself. The Demolitionist has a surprising amount of crowd control, and if you combine that with ranged attacks and lots of AoE, then you can inflict quite some damage against quite large groups while keeping yourself in minimal amounts of danger. So, but that's a different character for a different time. For now, we are simply going to wade through bunches of monsters and murderize them. And our soldier is perfectly capable of simply just tanking the damage. Well, most of the damage. Actually, I think this is maybe a little bit too much poison, even for us. Even at 80% poison resistance, we were still taking quite some damage. There is no need to tank damage when you don't have to, because all you're doing is just putting yourself into more danger than you really should. So there's loot here. I am really looking forward to the point where we get damage reflection properly working. So yeah, that's kind of half of the reason I went for this build, is because I wanted to do damage reflection. All kinds of happy colored zombies with different elemental affinities, and they freeze me. Yay. That's also one of the things, of course, if you got your reflection up, then it doesn't really matter if they freeze you or whatever, because you will still be damaging them because of all the spikes you have. Let's see how we can get through this place without too much backtracking. Charge the barrels, of course. I think some spiders jumped in behind us, but they're pretty keen on just following me. No, you don't have to go to the mobs if the mobs will come to you. As I said, there's quite some secret passages here. So let's see if we can use that a little bit to move through things in an efficient manner. Though I believe this might not actually contain a special area. You know, there's something outlined. There's actually nothing here. This was a dead end. It's a bit further that we have the secret area. Oh yeah, there was a secret area between here, so if you walk around. Whatever, does not matter. Level 19. So, advance 1 point, just because. Terrifying war cry, I don't think so. Increasing the radius and target damage. No, for now we'll just keep this at 1 point. Let's see, manners will good enough. I think we were going for an overguard and a shield training because we were increasing block and overguard just to make ourselves benefit from everything. So for now we do that. Boosting things a little bit. This is a pretty hilarious group of mobs. It's quite a lot of them. Let's put on overguard and decimate them. Okay, some zombies spawned up top there. We can deal with them because we just killed all of their buddies. Start to charge in. Yeah. Well, we got quite a decent amount of AoE abilities on this character. So we can manage. Just have to make sure that we do trigger our defensive abilities when we get overwhelmed. To the shield went up, that is very nice. It's a decent defensive bonus. Demolitionist sacrificial knife. Okay, that's the wrong. That's gear for the wrong character. I could have. No, actually, I couldn't have used that on my demolitionist either because I'm using two-handed guns. Kind of a nope. Typical. If you go demolitionist, you go guns. That's. They work pretty darn well together. Anything interesting? Yeah, not really. Nothing obvious as bonus areas. Nope, we just move on. Underground transit. Waypoint, and we got a couple of spawns. But nothing over this guy. Still fun to just smash them to bits. I swear there were not this many zombies when I came into the room. They were armed, yeah, they were just waiting for me. They were just happy to see me. That's not the way to go. Was that the way to go? Yes, it was. Good. See, something I've been wondering about. Was this the war cry? Was it reduction to enemies' health? Presumably that's their current health, not their maximum. Because maximum health would be kind of overpowered. So charging in, war crying, and then going other AoEs is probably the best way to do with it, because you get the most bang for your war cry buck. Okay, that's just regular death. For the moment I thought there was just a half a legion of cold ones marching in, but well, we were lucky. The game was merciful. Okay, there is only one way to go. Let's just charge in a little bit, watch them close the ranks, and then we'll just start wrecking face on the entire group around us. Okay. Seeing if I
can't do that.
Just
yet.
manage to, yeah, see, can manage the health there. Just bumping me down to 1500 was the worst of it. After that, the damage wasn't so bad anymore. So I'm looking forward to see how we fare against the Warden. On the other hand, I think the Warden, the first time through, it's a pretty tough fight. But once you gain some experience with the game, it becomes a lot easier to do those fights. Because you are way better prepared. The lessons of character building in Grim Dawn you learn by trial and error. And mostly by just dying against bosses that you think you could handle and then you don't. And then you're like, yeah, wait, maybe this ether resistance thing actually is useful. Or ideas along those lines. At some point you do draw the conclusions that focusing on defenses is pretty important in the game.
That skill's not ready.
And that damage is now a nice bonus after you stay alive. At least that's the conclusions I've drawn from the game. If you do a lot of damage and you have some sustaining capacity, then that is probably equally valid. Okay, we have a shrine here, but first let's clear things a little bit.
I can't do that yet.
Stop throwing stuff at me. And you. 2 ether crystals. Sure, we can sacrifice that. And then we get stuff. But most importantly, we get devotion points. So that's going to be the final leg of the turtle, or the tortoise. So next up, I believe, is the Hound. Physique. Piercing retaliation and a bonus to all retaliation. And another bonus to retaliation. And there's a 5% armor bonus divided between these two. And of course also pet retaliation bonuses, but we're not really a pet class, so that is of a less use to us. But it's the retaliation bonuses why I picked it. Okay. That's gonna be another 3 points, so that means we need to do a couple more caves and other kinds of places where they hide those devotion points. So that's gonna take a while. That actually was cold once and such. This is a precarious situation. Let's actually move out a little bit. Some shouting, some stunning. Because I know cold ones can hurt if you are not prepared. Oh, yeah. Okay. Overguard on, war cry. I'm a statue currently. Blood drinker. Helps a little bit with just some leech. And that's a lot of undead. They keep getting summoned. Yeah, okay. We just need to take out the crystals as well, of course. I also focused on that army of cold ones and I just forgot the basic rule of zombies. If there's a lot, more will follow. Okay. And of course, if you just take out the special undead, they usually don't resummon. And the trash mobs are a lot easier to deal with than the special ones. So, where are these zombie spawn points then? Because I think I've got all the crystals taken care of. Yeah, see, these are just regular ones. That's the next room. Right. Maybe this is just the final remains. Fury.
That skill's not ready.
Another Overguard. And we get more. Okay, what is going on here? Or is this pretty simply just meant to keep spawning stuff? Okay. Well, there's no more zombies coming from other directions, so presumably this is just the last ones. We're gonna kill these, and if more show up, then, well, tough luck for them. I'm not gonna kill them. Or good luck for them, I guess. Tough luck for them would imply that they really want to die, that's their mission in life, and I have my doubts about that. Life as a zombie. Not entirely sure how that would be. If it would actually be something that you could call alive, or would it be more akin to an animal state where you're not really conscious, you're more reflexively acting? I hope I never get to find out. I think something would go pretty horribly wrong in the world if we would actually get zombies. Whether of the necromancer type or the Resident Evil type. So we do have a number of variations of zombies in popular culture. So yeah, if you're talking about zombies, there's a lot of variations that could get interesting. Current variation though is the kind of a zombie that tries to kill me. I don't like him. But supposedly if they try to kill me, the fueling is mutual. Ooh, ecto. From zombies. Or just from this ice, that's also possible. And stay down. Good zombies. Okay, let's see if we can just take out the spawners before the other ones get nasty. Okay, next. Okay, let's put Overguard on just to keep our regen buffed. Next. We got him. Good, good.
That skill's not ready.
The reason I try to not instantly do a full heal with a flask whenever I get hit is because I don't want to have my flask on a cooldown when I really need a panic heal. So if my life is about 2/3, now 1500, that's kind of an area that I still think it's okay to just keep it, because we do have some regen going on and some leech. So life might very well just recover back to decent levels. Okay, let's push onwards. Journals of the Inquisitor, part 5 and part 6, and they're just having a field day there, so might as well just leave them be a little bit and then we murder them. Let's see, we are 19. Are some of these level 20 already? Because it's those spiky beasts that I think will drop the serrated shells, which are the ones we want. Well, quite a bunch of actually. Okay, let's do a war cry. Yeah, okay, so doing a war cry with large radius, there's definitely benefits to it. I can see that. Because we don't tend to use it quite a lot. Interestingly, it looks like the monsters do apply their own resistance to the damage they would take. So if you look at this one and we do a war cry, these guys. Okay, here it actually is a half. Those eyes, they seem to have resistance to the damage. Because it's vitality damage, right? No, it's just a health reduction. So maybe the eyes have a health reduction resistance. It might very well be possible. Let's see, and this is a pretty toxic room. Let's not get murderized in here. So many
I
eyes.
can't do that yet.
And gone. Well, we're getting close to level 20 ourselves as well. Which is good because that's going to buff all the monsters by +1 level as well. Because of course monsters do scale along with us. Ah, cool. Our AoE triggered the
That
spawn here.
skill's not ready.
Oh, but in general we are doing pretty darn fine. We still are mowing through them like they are just armies of disposable trash mobs. Which though they are, with a couple of odd exceptions. Okay, and 1, 2, and let's just even it out. 4 and 4, just a bit more block chance. Okay, and once we got you, we charge to your boss, because you seem to be leading the pack. Okay, you are still shooting against the wall. Yeah, AI fixes. Still has some work to do, man. The devs still have some work to do. Some work to do on the shooter AI. I wonder if the attacks actually perform collision checks against the actual meshes of the area. So, you know, if there is uneven terrain, it's like, you know, these stones that are around the edge. If now internally it's just smooth, or if it really is just an extra obstacle that has to be accounted for. Because of course the more simplified the actual level geometry, the easier it is to do checks like that. But no, these attacks, they animate with actual proper arcs and things like that. If they went really fancy with the entire projectile model, collisions with the terrain and things like that, then I understand why it's so hard for them to make the AI interact with it. Because here as well, now if you're lobbing grenades, they have to throw over the chairs, because no, otherwise you're gonna set the chairs on fire. Which I don't think is possible, but oh, it's the idea that counts.
I can't do that yet.
Ooh, they are approaching in a wave. That was fun. Reduce their health again.
That skill's not ready.
I have to say, you know, there's quite a lot of different buttons that do different things, but the basic rhythm of the build is pretty nice, and you got quite some sturdiness to you. So you don't have to be as twitchy in combat as some other characters might be. Which is definitely nice, especially for playing on hardcore. Makes things a bit more forgiving. But it would be nice if we could get a bit more of the actual reflection damage going on, so monsters kill themselves rather than us having to hit them quite a number of times. Yep. Bye bye. That one's very eager to go to his doom. Yes. Ooh, that worked well.
That skill's not ready.
Blast is. So far we are reasonably energy stable as well, which is a very nice property of build. Well, that said, we haven't really been investing heavily into single skills. We've just been investing a little bit in all the skills. So of course the skills are gonna be relatively cheap to use. Later on they will get more expensive. Boom. Okay. Anything in here? Treasure chest. Hey, and there's a green helmet.
I can't do that yet.
And yeah, see another one of those zombies that's just stuck shooting the terrain. So was this actually useful? Yeah, it's a spirit thing, that doesn't work. It doesn't work for us. No secret areas. Okay. Let's find ourselves a warden. We're in the final stages here of the laboratory. So, episode might be slightly longer than normal, but I think it's gonna be okay. It's always nice to do this just in one go.
I can't do that yet.
Come on, yes. So it does feel like the entire cellar is just one big dungeon with multiple areas. No, the first playthrough, of course, you discover all the areas and you spend a lot of time on each individual area looking for the monsters. But now, as you do more playthroughs, you know the areas, you know the basic flow, so you just pick and choose. And you go a little bit more for efficiency. There are just more interesting things further into the game than just killing zombies for 5 episodes in a row. My personal take on things. Oh, I have to say, no, I do say no killing zombies for 5 episodes, but that's not entirely true, right? This is the Warden's cellar, so you do expect a whole bunch of ethereals, and they are definitely the central monster type. But the developers did go out of the way, or at least the level designers went out of the way to put a lot of other monster types in there. Now there's rather regularly, there's the werewolf kind of things, there's the spiders, you got those spiked wolves. I don't think there's cultists in here because, well, this is an ethereal stronghold. It would be a bit weird to have cultists in here.
Can't do that yet.
But even within the undead, of course, you have these corruption things. You have those big beefy zombies. You just have your run-of-the-mill zombies. You got your reanimators. You got the elemental zombies. Those are pretty tough buggers. Reanimator over there. Let's grab ourselves a lore book. Okay. Yeah, ooh, that was a nice hit. We managed to hit quite a bunch of them. And the reanimator actually was silly enough to walk over here. If the reanimator had been smart, it would have stayed in the other room and it would just have sent its minions in here. Because no, there's a bottleneck here. If I can't kill minions faster than he summons them, then I'm gonna be stuck in this room forever. Also, boxes.
I can't do that yet.
We won't do. Nothing in them, too bad, but at least I tried. So, ether crystal. Well, ether crystals, I don't think you ever have enough. There's just so many crafting recipes that use ether crystals that, yeah, they are definitely worth it to go slightly out of your way to grab. Because it's more annoying having to specifically go into a dungeon if you do need them and you don't have them. Okay. Another overseer. And boom. Spontaneous combustion. Okay, yeah, whoa, that's a lot of them. That's where Overguard comes in, of course, instant panic button. Okay, it's just the point where I'm gonna call a health potion, but of course we had Zembrand the Ascended over here. One of 2 former scientists, or these researchers that were doing experiments over here. Didn't really go all that well for him. Well, Is he ascended? If he might actually be the one that wanted to do this. Boom. Okay, loot, and then we go for the crystal. I believe we got the full circle then. Oh no, wait, there's one more next to the door here. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Got this, charge that. We are there, so just double check that we didn't loot anything truly epic. Nah, just a bunch of caster stuff. Okay. Warden o'clock. Let's do this. Let's do some. Let's start with an overguard, shall we? Also, well, I do want to actually be surrounded at first, just to deal with the minions. Yes, okay. Minions are, well, we're gone. Are gone? Yes. Okay, he is level 23. And this is his first form. Why won't you die? Well, you know, there's this whole hardcore thing that I'm doing, and
Can't do that yet.
you don't really get second chances here, so, you know, nothing personal. I just don't feel like dying and having to restart the series. Even though this was accidental, well,
I can't do
yeah.
that yet.
So, let's reverse this. Why won't you die? Yeah, you do notice that we are heavily focusing on defense rather than offense, because it's taking a bit of time to deal with this guy. Him being a boss means that the damage reduction aura, or the damage reduction from the war cry, not as efficient as it as you might expect it to be. Hello. Okay. Let's put our overguard up. Let's do a little bit of drinking here. Now we do have the sustain capacity here to just stand our ground and just grind him down. Because he's not really making a big dent in our life. Now every once in a while, sure, now we got this telegraphed attack. Could try to maybe get away from it, but on the other hand, no, if it works, if I can face tank him, why switch it up by moving out? Because I am a meleeer after all. And the strategy I am pursuing is one of getting hit quite a lot and making it hurt them more than it hurts me. Okay. Seems to be doing a bit more damage now than he did before. I'm just basically just cycling through most of my my abilities. Let's do the blood drinker again. Overguard, put that up. Hey, he's nearly gone. Let's just drink just in case. And we blitzed him? Yes, we blitzed him to death. That was a nice finishing move. Death by blitz. Okay, so missive to Warden Krieg. Let's see. Yeah, loot, it's all yellow. I'll just believe that. We'll see. This is what we were reserving for later use, so might as well switch into it. Because then we can sort this a little bit. And then have a look at what comes out of this. Ooh, blood seal. And a tainted brain matter. Blood seal is a life regen ring. Bleeding damage, life regen, promoted bleeding damage, and offensive ability, which makes it easier to hit and crit things. So, offensive ability currently is 461, which gives us an 81.3% chance to hit. Defensive ability, chance to be hit 93.7, chance to be crit 3.7. That's the Warden is definitely a tough cookie. If our defensive ability had been lower, we would have been taking a lot more damage. So, I guess that's good. I'll just calmly have a look at the gear, what's going to be an upgrade, what's not. Just shuffling through things. But for now, I believe we have looted all the chests. Yes. Didn't gain any levels, so I can just port out. And complete this part of the story arc. I do believe we need a bit of currency and some scrap metal in order to open up the bridge.
Is it finished? Is the Warden's defeat is a
We
great
killed
victory
the
for
Warden and we liked it.
So
Blue
you
as
must be
well.
high. Before we do
Blue, goodbye. Very well. So we're gonna have some iron, we got some scrap. Before we do anything, of course there's gotta be some money from selling this, but I believe we needed 2,000 or 3,000 iron bits and a bit of scrap. So let's just fix the bridge first. 3,000 bits and 6 scrap. We have that. Good. So that way I can't lock myself, well, not out, but into the city by overspending. So that's good. So next episode we're gonna go hunting for cowboys. And what I remember, Devil's Crossing, I get bonus reputation, or yeah, actually I get reputation with them for killing Cronley's gang. And we want to get to the respected and to the honored status here, because the vendor has interesting stuff to sell.
See what's left of my wares.
Well, level 35, and later on we got some augments and stuff here. But I believe it was especially most of the gear. Oh, they got some pretty decent shields, and they had Overguard on some items. At least that's all the... Yeah, see, shields, this one with Overguard. Overguard is our main active skill. So if you can gather some gear that actually gives us more points to Overguard, it means it's gonna get stronger. And it's just gonna be better for us, because our main defensive skill is gonna be better. So, for now, that's gonna be the focus. Just pushing points to on the bar to the right, getting new skills and boosting these two, and then we should slowly start to get some crafting materials now, where we get some damage reflection going, and then see how we develop. But for now, that's gonna be it. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again next time when we venture out and kill ourselves some cowboys. Bye bye.